Hello, and welcome to Relaxing Facts. I'm Chad Kay, and today I will be talking about the novel In Cold Blood by Truman Capote. Each week, I share interesting stories and little-known facts on a variety of topics, accompanied by gentle, soothing music. My goal is to help you find a sense of calm during your busy day. Feel free to settle into a cozy spot and let yourself be carried away by these relaxing facts. The story of In Cold Blood begins in the small farming community of Holcomb, Kansas in 1959. It is a quiet and ordinary place where people leave their doors unlocked and know one another by name. That peace is shattered one November night when 4 members of the Clutter family, Herbert, his wife Bonnie, and their 2 teenage children, Nancy and Kenyon, are brutally murdered in their home. The killings seem senseless. The family is well respected. Little money was stolen, and there is no clear motive. Truman Capote read about the crime in a newspaper and became fascinated. He traveled to Kansas with his friend Harper Lee, who would soon publish To Kill a Mockingbird, to investigate the story. What began as a simple magazine assignment for The New Yorker turned into 6 years of research, interviews, and writing. The result was In Cold Blood, published in 1966. Capote called it a nonfiction novel, a blend of journalism and storytelling that was unlike anything before it. The book unfolds like a suspense novel, but every detail is factual. Capote alternates between 2 threads. One follows the lives of the Clutter family and their community in the days before the murder. The other follows the murderers, Perry Smith and Richard Hickok, as they plan, commit, and flee from the crime. By moving between these perspectives, Capote builds a slow and chilling sense of inevitability. Readers know the crime is coming, even while the people in Holcomb go about their ordinary lives unaware of what is about to happen. What makes In Cold Blood so powerful is not only the horror of the murders, but the depth of Capote's portrayal of everyone involved. The Clutters are portrayed as kind and grounded people. Herb Clutter is a successful farmer and a respected member of the community. Nancy is popular, hardworking, and generous. Bonnie struggles with depression, a fact that Capote handles with empathy rather than judgment. The family represents an image of the American ideal, and their deaths feel like the loss of that innocence itself. On the other side are Perry Smith and Dick Hickok, 2 ex-convicts whose lives have been shaped by poverty, neglect, and disappointment. Capote portrays them not as one-dimensional monsters, but as damaged men driven by delusion and desperation. Dick is the planner. He's charming, manipulative, and callous. Perry is the dreamer. He is intelligent, sensitive, but deeply unstable. Their partnership is a strange mix of trust and resentment. They believe that Herb Clutter keeps a safe full of cash in his house, a rumor they heard from a former prison inmate. When they find no money, the situation spirals into a brutal act of violence born from fear and frustration rather than greed. Capote's attention to detail gives every scene a cinematic quality. He reconstructs conversations, settings, and emotions with remarkable precision, though he never claims to have recorded them directly. Instead, he uses his extensive interviews and notes to recreate events as vividly as possible. This approach gives the book its unique flow. It reads like a novel, but everything in it comes from real life. After the murders, the investigation becomes the story's second half. Alvin Dewey, the lead investigator from the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, works tirelessly to solve the case. The killers flee to Mexico, drift through the American West, and eventually return to the United States, where they are captured after a tip from another inmate. Their confessions, trials, and eventual executions are described in stark, haunting detail. Capote never sensationalizes the violence. Instead, he focuses on the psychological weight of the crime and the moral questions it raises about punishment and justice. In Cold Blood is often considered the beginning of the modern true crime genre. It blurs the line between reporting and storytelling and invites readers to empathize not only with the victims, but with the killers as well. Capote's prose is elegant and his structure is deliberate. Every shift in perspective and every description of the Kansas landscape adds to the story's quiet dread. He shows how a single act of violence ripples through an entire community and through the lives of everyone who tries to understand it. The book also raises important ethical questions about journalism and objectivity. Capote developed a close relationship with Perry Smith, interviewing him many times and even paying for some of his legal appeals. Some critics argue that Capote's sympathy for Perry blurred his moral distance, that he became too emotionally involved in the story that he was supposed to observe. Others believe this connection is what gives the book its depth, since it refuses to treat murder as a headline or a statistic. It forces readers to look at the humanity behind the horror, no matter how uncomfortable that might be. When In Cold Blood was published, it became an instant sensation. Readers were captivated and horrified at the same time. It was serialized in The New Yorker before being released as a book, and it sold millions of copies. Critics praised it as a masterpiece of literary journalism, though some questioned whether Capote had dramatized certain scenes to heighten suspense. Even today, scholars still debate how much of the dialogue and detail came directly from interviews versus Capote's reconstruction. Beyond its literary innovation, In Cold Blood changed how people wrote about crime. Before Capote, true crime writing usually appeared in newspapers or sensational pulp magazines. After In Cold Blood, it became a respected form of literature. Writers such as Norman Mailer, Joan Didion, and later many modern true crime podcasters and documentarians drew inspiration from Capote's mix of fact and narrative. At its heart, In Cold Blood is not only a story about murder. It is a meditation on the fragility of the American dream, the randomness of violence, and the human need to make sense of senseless acts. It leaves readers unsettled because it asks them to confront empathy and revulsion at the same time. Capote does not offer easy answers. Instead, he reminds us that truth can be as complex and haunting as fiction. And that brings us to the end of this week's talk. If you like this episode of Relaxing Facts, I would really love for you to subscribe, leave a comment, or just click like. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, whether you're taking a moment to unwind or simply enjoying some calming listening. Thank you very much for being here. I'm Chad K. and I look forward to seeing you next time.